Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and welcome back to my 31 Days of Horror in October, Day 18. Today we're going to be talking about Die Screaming Marianne. Now, Die Screaming Marianne is a 1971 film, the year I was born, and it runs 102 minutes. Now, this is written and directed by Pete Walker, who was responsible for Home Before Midnight, The Comeback, and a favorite of mine, Frightmare. Now this stars Susan George as Marianne. She was in City of Life, the original Straw Dogs, and one of my all-time favorites, Enter the Ninja, where she also played Marianne. Creative. This also stars Barry Evans as Eli Frome. Unfortunately, he passed away on February 11th, 1997, at the age of 53. He was in Alfred the Great, The White Bus, and Journey to Murder. And Christopher Sanford as Sebastian Smith. Now, he was in Old Dracula, Madhouse, and Deep End. Now, this, of course, is a UK film and one of the Pete Walker collection, who was also responsible for Schizo, House of Whipcord, movies like that. Now, I have this on a 4-pack, and it has House of Whipcord, The Flesh and Blood Show, and Frightmare. And I wanted to watch this one because I had never seen it, and it does have Susan George in it, who I've always been a big fan of. Now, this has a somewhat complicated plot, and the weird part about it is this really isn't a horror movie per se, but yeah. Now, you have Marianne in the beginning who is going with this guy who is named Sebastian, I believe. Now, they want to get married. She's kind of a free type of person. So they grab his best friend and they go and get married. But she doesn't really want to marry him, so she marries his best friend instead, kind of as a more or less a lesson. Like, I told you I didn't want to get married, so I'll marry your best friend and pretend like they made a mistake. The fiance gets mad and goes to find her family because Marianne disappears, more or less. What he ends up finding is a father who is pretty whacked out of his brain. He was a judge, and I believe what they said was he had broken some kind of laws but never got charged for it and was kind of asked to retire. So that way he kind of saved face. Of course, Marianne has a sister who, I mean, they kind of look alike. It's kind of like a half sister. When Marianne was younger, the mother and father got divorced. Marianne went to live with the father, and the half sister went to live with the mother. And they also have a servant, and it's kind of a wacky, really disturbing family, to be honest. Now, the guy goes to her father, the ex-fiance goes to her father, and the father wants Marianne to come back to the family because there is money involved with the ex-wife. So he offers her ex-fiance some money to bring her home. She comes home with her now husband, which they've kind of gotten chummy. And that's pretty much where I'm going to leave it, because there are some more twists and turns, and I don't really want to ruin the rest of the film. Now, what did I think of this one? I'm very hot and cold with Pete Walker in general. I love Frightmare. I was actually quite disappointed with the Flesh and Blood Show, although I probably should sit down and watch it again because I do believe I fell asleep the first time. And we'll have to see. The jury's still out on the House of Whipcord. Hint, hint. But I don't know. I liked it, and then I thought it went a little too far towards the end. Like I said, some of the things I can't say because it'll ruin key plot points. But I do have a question about what happened to some of the characters. And I can't really say because, like I said, it'll spoil it. So I actually ended up giving this one a 7.5. And that is 7.5 smashed pumpkins. Tune in for day 19. And if you like what you see and hear, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.